All right, welcome back to Summoner's Rift, everybody. I just started a new recording, so
Yeah.
on the bottom side, remaining in the blue color, is going to be Pigz Might Fight, and on the top side of the map, in the red color, will be Novastar Gaming up 1-0 in this best of 3 series.
Oh, they're not going to have a party in the mid lane anymore. They're just going to hang out. Boo. Boo. Let's see here. I got to check some stats out real quick. Let me look here. I'm trying to find Oriana's radius. There it is. It looks. There we go. I think there it is. So yeah. So I just wanted to make sure because I was pretty sure. So we're talking about. I saw some people saying like the ball can zone carries. The Oriana's ball is around a 1200 range, and Leona's ult is around 1200 range. And so if Oriana is too busy trying to catch people out or zone them out, and they are in good communication, I would pull the trigger if I were Pigz.
Yeah, granted, I do like the pick for
Oriana.
I do like the pick for the lane. We've already seen some good trading for Fargo into Renji. It does. Mm-hmm. The lane does change over a little bit once Fizz hits level 3 and level 6, but yeah, you walk into lane, you can start layering auto attacks on him, and the passive, clockwork windup does a lot more damage than you think it does, especially as poor Fizz. Zinthros walks into danger, gets the polymorph off on Eggplant, but he's forced to flash away. He has a full charge explosive shot on him, and First Blood's actually going to go over to Pigz Might Fight, despite being at a level disadvantage. The
That's
level
exactly
2
what I was
immediate,
about to say.
Yeah, the level 2 hit. More in the top lane is Meganar coming in. Rembones and Sebas not going to give us a moment to breathe, but oh, the house misses. But now Madog is here, going to flash in on the Q. I'm going to cheekily look at what the name of that is.
Is it Vault Breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of talk about picking Leona into Lulu, and I mean, sometimes people misplay because I feel like that Lulu just. Zenith got way out of position there.
Yeah, they hit level 2 and they got super confident, and then it just didn't seem like very good positioning. I don't know why you would go melee against Leona, but now Scrambles is mid, trying to get something back in return. Fargo forced to flash.
Yeah, Soulwake. She landed the Q. She forced the flash out. Give her a little credit. Oh, look at that CS, though. After that kill, they are just completely making sure this Kog'Maw's just starving.
Vault Breaker coming through from Madog again, actually knocks him right out of the end of the leap. Rembones is in trouble. I don't know that he has anywhere he can particularly go. Kill's going to be passed over to Sebas.
Yeah, great job from them. It just really came down to who's going to get the kill, and that communication that I think they made the right decision, making sure that did go to Trundle on that one.
Scrambles is trying to do the same thing in mid lane. That looks so fun in top. Why don't we try it on our side? And Renji's taking a lot of damage, but actually doing a lot of damage in return. That dissonance chunking out Renji, the clockwork windup stacking up. It's going to be the return kill for Fargo, and the double kill picked up for Fargo on the auto attack.
So not only do we see Oriana with the huge CS lead, and all right, goodbye. Oh, just kidding. You forcing the flash out. Rimbones isn't done yet. Alright, I guess he is.
The hyper stacks were built up enough to chase and then fell off. So
great job from the Oriana. That was classic. Just keeping your head, making sure that you could throw out the command attack while you're running away. I think she leveled up even on that to make sure that she was able to survive out that damage, that ignite from the Fizz. So great job, great call coming in from Vi, making sure that they were able to lock all that up.
Zinthros now doing a little bit more normal Lulu things, getting up and aggressive with the auto attacks. But you can see them chunked out under tower on that Lulu Kog'Maw, and not really able to do a whole lot other than just kind of eat some explosive shots.
And real quick, throwing this out there to the supports that are in the Twitch chat, I've seen in most pro Lulu players take Ignite because you can do so much damage as Lulu early, especially early on. Have you guys usually seen that in Ignite Lulu? What about you? Have you seen Ignite Lulu, Mr. Bears?
I honestly haven't paid enough attention. That sounds reasonable to me, but I don't know if that's a particularly widespread thing.
I know I've taken it when I've played Lulu support, and around like level 3, you can just run in and do so much damage. Yeah, you can, like, even without an aggressive AD carry, I feel like just going in there, and if you can burst out the other AD carry to below half HP, now your non-aggressive AD carry can sit back and keep farming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people just kind of hanging out in the river here. There were 4 control wards for both teams that have all been taken out now. So now there's just kind of a dearth of vision where there used to be some. Meganar coming through for Rembones, but not able to do anything off of that. The wallop just used to clear some minions. But
you could tell he was ready. He wanted to hit that ult. He wanted so badly to get in there, but just had to give it up.
It's one of those feelings, it's Gnar. You hit that Mega, you're like, man, I've got my ult. I don't get many chances to use it. I gotta do it now. Now, Sebas is coming over. He's level 6. He has that Subjugate available. Actually goes ahead and pops it. If he gets one
more
chomp.
kill.
Yep. Sebas with the solo kill. And he's up to 2-0. He's got the Ninja Tabby already, and you can see the power of that. The Gnar autos just don't look like they're damaging him. Even the hyper stacks don't feel super impactful like they do on some other champions.
Yeah, great call pointing out those Ninja Tabi, and that's just a great adaptation coming in. Oh, Zenith Blade not going to land. Polymorph, here comes the Glitter Lance. But yeah, like a lot of times people are like, oh, I need to get tanky, so they'll build maybe a cloth armor and some a ruby stone or whatever it's called, but like ruby crystal. But like, just great job coming in from Chundle, not being afraid either. I don't know if they had. I doubt they even had vision of the enemy jungler. So good job just chasing him down on that.
Yeah, and now Dragon being taken by Pigz Might Fight. They're actually getting the spicy dragon for free.
Both free.
I guess I wouldn't say necessarily for free. It's off the back of them being able to shove in bot lane super hard, so they can rotate more people here. Even with that advantage mid lane, Fargo's just not really able to go over and join, and now
don't
trying to make
Fargo.
Something happen.
Uh-oh.
The fish lands.
Zenith Blade.
Zenith Blade, there's the shockwave. It pulls him off, but doesn't amount to a whole lot as Renji picks up the kill.
Alright, that is one of the most tilting things as a mid laner when you're just minding your own business. Granted, he did kind of step up a little too far after he heard the dragon get taken, but man, when 4 people show up in your lane that you just hate your life.
Yeah, and both ultimates are still available for bot lane. Leona can come in with the Solar Flare if they want to scrap with Leona and Kog'Maw, but yeah, that was a great roam. Only using one ultimate to get a kill mid feels really good.
Gotta look real quick.
Yeah, about a 1,000 gold lead right now for Novastar. All of that's going to be in their solo lanes, and we see bot lanes already behind by 13 CS now, and 2 assists, so that gold total is entirely on their solo lanes.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to pull up real quick, and even though that Fizz was able to somewhat try to bring the lane back on that.
The wallop, the Gnar into the wall from Rembones, getting the better of the trade right now. Madog is here, and I wonder if Rembones suspects that? There's a lot of pings coming off toward top lane.
Uh-oh.
Renji finds Fargo. The Clockwork passive gonna hit, but the Sejuani ultimate connects. Fargo's gonna be blown up. The exhaust is used, but to no effect. Rembones is gonna pick up a solo kill using the hyper in the top lane. Renji able to dash out. Seastone Trident still proccing, and Madog will be taken down as well. And a 3-kill swing in favor of Pigz Might Fight, and now the Rift Herald started up.
Yeah, great job from Gnar getting that solo kill. Rembones making sure that I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't throw him back in the tower with his ult, but even throwing him against the wall did a lot of damage. And I'm not sure how Trundle still got solo killed out on that, because I feel like he was low in health. Maybe he was trying to come on down and help out the team and just got picked off by the Gnar. But either way, just a great job from the Fizz, even realizing that, hey, Orianna's going to walk by this way, and it really claps on her. And I mean, that was just, again, great communication, great job from both teams. Again, they're not afraid to get in there and fight and scrap around.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that lead in the solo lanes. Well, that's pretty much gone now. Renji comes in trying to make something happen with Fargo. He's going to be forced to flash away, and Fargo keeps his head, uses that that command protect, and able to live. And now tower does go down bot. Himana's jumping in on Nectorious, but Eggplant's fighting Zinthros. Nectorious and Zinthros able to kite back a little bit. This is really messy. Madog comes in with the Vault Breaker, not able to connect on anything. Doesn't have a Sultan Battery available. But now Sejuani's roaming down. Doesn't have her ultimate available either, but this could turn into a 3v3. Himana misses the Zenith Blade. Zinthros in a little bit of trouble. The Wild Growth comes through. I don't know that that was the target they necessarily wanted, but it's going to mean the disengage for Novastar.
Yeah, neither team able to get what they wanted out of that. I mean, I guess if your goal is to stay alive, I guess they all did get that. But at the same time, I'm sure they wanted some kills on the backside of that and just weren't able to pick them up. So I would have to say, though, Pigz coming out a little bit on that, making sure they did get the tower and didn't get punished at all for it across the map.
Yeah, and just... Well, there's the Vault Breaker.
Oh, okay. My goodness.
Scrambles is out of there. But something to note on that engagement, the 2v2, players jumped in on separate targets for Pigz Might Fight, not able to pick just one person to go on. This is turning into a bit of a scrap. Subjugate's burned. Rembone's trying to chase down, doesn't get the extra range on it, misses the Gnar as well, but the wall comes through.
He's going to get the kill on backside, isn't he?
This is really slow motion. Oh, he misses the house. But we saw better target selection from Victorious and Zinthros at the start of the fight, and then they both decided not to chase after Tristana and instead turn on to the Leona, and it just... yeah, both teams showed kind of poor target selection during that little scrap, and it meant that nobody died as a result. Rift Herald's pop mid, but it's not even going to get one turret. Madog goes in, uses the Assault Battery, tries to lock up. There's the Shockwave. There's the layer we were waiting for. Eggplant still able to explosive or rocket jump away. Fargo at the back end of the fight's going to go down. Renji's doing a lot of damage on that Fizz. Eggplant still manages to jump out of the fight, come back in, and pick up a kill for himself.
That was really the combination you wanted between the Vi and Orianna. They just weren't able to pick up anything on the back side of that, and Madog just couldn't make it happen. Tried and just couldn't connect.
Ooh, that was almost the right pillar. Sebas and Rembone still just scrapping it out. He has the Frost Mallet finished, and that's why we're seeing these fights just kind of exist in slow motion in the top lane. It's always kind of interesting watching these big tanks try to chase after Gnar.
But this Orianna, 3 deaths, but still doing fairly well on CS, especially for the fact that she's been kind of picked on in this mid lane so far. So, good job coming on that. Ooh, look at that damage coming out.
Zinthros.
Okay. Good job protecting the wards and.
Oh, they still have vision in that bush, so they're able to chunk it out. The cheeky green ward able to get that little chunk of damage. I feel like Novastar almost plays around Zinthros face-checking things, though. Like it's just part of their strategy now.
It is.
Sebas is just going to wail away on the top lane turret. He does take it down. I didn't know that. I didn't think he would get it on that particular wave, but he was going to get it eventually anyway. And gold is even. There's nothing between them in this game. Except an Infernal Dragon. I guess that's an important note. And
yep.
Looks like the Vape Dragon going to be the second one up. And now both of them have been secured by Pigz Might Fight.
Is next one... I think the next one is Cloud again, because that didn't change.
Yep. Next one's going to be Cloud.
Alright. I'd be okay with, I mean, making that a good priority again, coming out for Pigz, because if you can get 2 Cloud Drakes to 0, you're really to be able to not quite zip around the map, but you can get around pretty well, and that would definitely help with the engages that they were looking for. Oh,
The blade does land. They're trying to pick on Fargo again. The Sejuani ultimate actually doesn't connect. Fargo's still going to go down, but Scrambles picks up that kill after missing the ultimate.
It's not about hitting your ultimate. It's about sending a message.
But they get the mid turret. That's actually the more important objective there. And now they're able to rotate toward top lane. That's a low tower up there. I really like this play. The Novastar's pretty slow to collapse right now. Madog's spotted, but...
That tower only has 550 HP, so they could get in there and just pop that off here pretty quick with Tristana.
They're actually backing away. They know everybody's trailing behind, but choosing not to go for that tower. Renji's in bot lane. Yeah, and he's got a Sheen, so he can at least do something to that tower. It's not super quick, but it's not super.
How do you feel about
either.
this Kog'Maw getting Wit's End first?
So normally you want Wit's End against a magic damage team. It's good if you can sit there and auto attack Fizz, I suppose, but beyond that, I don't know that it's a super valuable first item for Nictorious. Maybe he's just feeling pressured to complete an early item, so he went with a little bit cheaper one. Rather than going like a Trinity Force or Blade of the Ruined King or something more traditional.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, I feel like the Wit's End is you're counting on you being able to get your auto attacks off against the right people a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean it'll be good for pulling away magic resist from the Sejuani and the Gnar, but it's it doesn't. The stats themselves don't help you too much. Like the magic resist that's thrown in. You know, you're gonna be CC'd anyway. Yeah, and kind of interesting. I'm seeing in the chat. Yeah, there's no mercs coming through for Orianna or for Vi. It feels a little bit disrespectful again. We were talking about that last game. Sebas and Rembone's gonna scrap. Rembone's is near Mega Gnar. He can maybe turn it around with that. The house does connect. We're gonna watch mid though. Is the Sejuani ult and the Vault Breaker connected at the same time? There's the. That was kind of interesting. The kill's picked up by Madog.
Oh no!
Nictorious is stunned underneath the tower. He's actually tanking as well. He's going to be forced to flash away. He's got Ignite ticking on him. The Shockwave was used exclusively on the Sejuani and didn't actually connect onto
I think it hit the
Tristana,
Trist. Yeah, it hit the Trist.
Or no, it was the Assault and Battery I was looking at. The Assault and Battery went through.
Yeah.
Grabbed the Sejuani rather than the Tristana.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct, because if that would have gone, and if he would have been able to target the Trist, that would have still hit the Sejuani and gave her a little bit of knock up there, and knock back, or wherever it does, so...
yeah, it feels like kind of checked off of 2 kills into 1, but...
Yeah.
They got the mid tower. Or no, they didn't get the mid tower. It's low, but it's not dead just yet. Renji doesn't hit the fish. But does he have enough damage anyway? Gets polymorphed, gets exhausted.
Flash.
Still happening. Proto Belt doesn't connect either, and Renji's just going to walk away. Zintheros able to bait on the Lulu.
Yeah. Alright. Well. Good happy feet coming in from the Lulu. Making sure she doesn't get picked up at all. But no, during that whole fight though, we did see Gnar using Flash to make sure to secure the kill onto that Trundle. Seems like, well, yeah, they're both 2-2 and 0, and it's because they both have just killed each other solo. Like that's all they've done in the top lane so far.
Yeah, it's been more or less an island. We've seen both teams roam up there once, and they didn't even choose to fight up there. They just kind of walked away from each other the only time in the game. We haven't seen either teleport really matter yet. Both of them have it up, but we haven't seen them teleport into fights. It's been mostly just that isolated scrap, which is... I don't think... I think it definitely favors Trundle in the long run, even though Gnar's getting a little bit better at the trade right now. Jimenez going to go ahead and use the Solar Flare to lock up the secondary engage, so Sebas just gets to beat on him for a while, but nothing results from it.
It's probably smart just because, well, Gnar does have TP, he wouldn't have been able to get there on that 4v5 fight, I feel like, soon enough, so good little disengage, but there's Zenth just finding some fight out in the jungle all by himself.
But good rotation. Sebas is there in the mid lane. They're able to get that mid tower. And now this is kind of a weird pinch-in. The Assault and Battery does go down. They find Eggplant that time. Fargo picks up the kill. The lockup onto Kog'Maw isn't followed up by anything. And the one kill is the one kill parlay into Baron with Gnar split pushing. Gnar got the inner tower.
Oh, there's that TP.
And there's the TP to go back for Sebas. Are they still going to start up?
Oh, they got him.
Oh, they didn't. They knocked him out of the TP at least.
Yeah.
Sebas uses the subjugate, turns back onto scrambles. He's going to go down. Is that worth it? He's still wailing away on that inhibitor turret. Sebas is trying to recall. Himana's there. He can interrupt that again. The Proto Belt actually doing the job. They've started up on Baron. The inhibitor under fire from the Gnar. Renji almost gets a kill on Zinthros. Forces him to use the Wild Growth. Madog still just focusing on that Baron. He's actually going to go down. Renji and Himana. Renji goes down. Himana's now on the inside, taking damage from the Baron. He's going to go down. Double kill for Fargo. They're going to pick up the Baron.
Wow.
At the cost of the inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that...
That's one of those original debates in League of Legends, I guess, back even Season 2, Season 3, people were trying to figure out, is Baron more valuable than an inhibitor? That's almost a deep underlying question of League of Legends, but...
Well, and that definitely came into question when they took away the buff that Baron gave to all the minions. Now it's just the minions that you're near. Because before, didn't it do, like, all the minions?
No, it just powered you up. It just
like, powered you up?
Yeah, it was like attack damage.
Oh, it was the inhibitors. It was the inhibitor that made all the minions stronger. And they took that away to just that lane, and I think that's when the question even became more intense of like, all right, is it worth getting inhibitor and letting them have Baron?
Yeah, chat seems a little, well, chat's only got one answer. Chat says probably worth for Novastar, the Baron in exchange for the inhibitor. I think at this point we have to see what they do with the Baron, although that's a little bit of results-based analysis. But
at the same time, between Game 1 and Game 2, what have we seen them do that's been winning it for them? It's catching people out. It's making sure that they have the aggression, and if they're just trying to walk minions in, they may not be picking off those people like they could if they're just rotating from one area to the next. And so I don't know, we'll see. They did get that, Glitter Bay is pointing out, they did get that second Cloud Drake, so decent for them. And I mean, sure, they're going to get a kill here, but they are somewhat wasting their Baron because he's surviving for a little while.
Actually, the team's here. Himana and Scrambles. Eggplant jumps in. I don't know that he wanted to jump in necessarily. Gets caught by the Assault and Battery. Victorious is taken pretty low, but he's still alive in the back. Renji's trying to fight the Kog'Maw. Is able to finish him off with the tick from Seesaw and Trident. So, the Kog'Maw's dead in exchange for the Fizz.
And there we go. We kind of answered somewhat of our question. Granted, that was only one fight, so we can't say that was the end all be all, but what does Orianna bring to a team fight? She's able to get Command Shockwave off onto the two people, or there's three people trying to go onto Cog. Command Shockwave, two of them. They were able to pick up the kill onto Fizz, but Fizz, I mean, still got the kill in the end of the day. So, kind of I would say a good Shockwave to make sure that fight didn't go bad to worse.
Yeah, Novastar did pick up that bot tower. Sebas doesn't have teleport up. He just went bottom, took that tower. So a little bit of a gold lead for Novastar. They are still down that inhibitor, but picking up a tower in the lane where you're missing an inhibitor is pretty cool. Because now that's a long push for the super minions.
Yeah, and right now, I'm looking at the gold from each side, and Orianna is the one who has most gold in her pocket for her team. And then we look over, and I would say the difference is that Tristana has the more valuable amount of gold for her team, meaning that she's ahead of the Kog'Maw. So we'll see if they are able to...
I think, almost more importantly, is the more valuable items. Infinity Edge Static Shiv multiplies your damage much better than Wits End Runin's does.
100% amazing points, because that requires that Kog'Maw to sit there and get those auto attacks off, whereas Tristana can get 2 or 3 autos off and it's a ton of damage because of her explosive shot.
But now Pigz might fight. Baron has worn off, so not pushing against Baron minions, but shoving in mid lane a little bit. This is kind of the classic strategy, I guess. I don't know exactly what I want to do, so we're going to shove mid.
Well, and while we're sitting here, like, we can look at the... Oh, there they go. They're starting to play some wards, trying to get some vision back from the side of Novastar Gaming, but I don't know, it kind of can come down to vision on who can just know where the other ones are, where you can rotate and pick people off. So we'll see if they're able to keep control of their vision. I feel like when you... Oh, the flash.
Oh, they're trying to force the engagement. They do manage to land the solar flare.
No.
The Gnar knocked him back the opposite direction. They're going to have to force... They use a lot of their engage tools there. They did pick off the Trundle. Renji goes in ahead of his team. Does a lot of damage to Fargo. He's still alive.
Oh,
Actually does pick up the kill with the Sejuani flail. Rembones jumps in. They don't have these engage ultimates, but they're still just running through the team. Rembones picks up that kill.
Yeah, with no wild growth, they're able to just completely go into that Kog'Maw and make sure that he just paid for not having any escape mechanisms. So, great job from them. I would agree. Like, they kind of use almost too much on that Trundle, but then we see Novastar overextending, getting a little caught out, being caught up by the fish, and then one by one, they were able to be picked off.
Well, and Novastar didn't use their ultimates. Like, there's no Subjugate used, there's no Shockwave used, there's no Assault and Battery. They didn't really attempt to fight. They were just trying to walk away from that fight and lost 3 members.
Ugh.
I don't know that rolling over for a fight is the best solution after losing your Trundle, especially with so many of those engage tools down, but...
Right, and, I mean, at most you, lose more pressure across the map. Maybe you lose that mid tower, but, I don't know, I feel like they lost way more on the backside of that, so we'll see... I don't know, the next team fight, like, what happens? Like, are they going to get picked off again? Or will they be able to actually utilize those ultimates and prolong the fight? Gotta go Clown Fiesta. I mean, close. I still want another word for Clown Fiesta. I feel like sometimes it's not quite a Clown Fiesta, but it still deserves to be called something. Next objective, looks like they're going to grab this drag. Oh, actually it looks like there's going to be a fight around it.
Yeah, Gnar has teleport, so he's able to join. Everybody's, well, in the area
hello.
for Novastar. Sejuani comes over the wall. They chunk out Zintheros. I feel like Zintheros is just kind of used to playing at half health, though.
A Frown Fiesta. I kind of like that. Sorry, Vidinsko. I don't like yours as much. Frown Fiesta is pretty good.
And there's the equalizing Spicy Dragon for Novastar.
Alright, so that means that the next objective could be...
Yeah.
I guess that top tower, but if they back off here, they could be able to probably get this... At least get control of the Baron, get control of that area, so we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, Baron did just spawn, and Pigz are grouped up. I liked what they had set up there for just a second. They had Gnar split pushing in top lane. He got the inner tower. I feel like he could have even continued to push in farther. If Novastar reacts, you just take the mid tower. If Novastar doesn't react, you get free damage on the inhibitor tower. But
well, and look at the Nexus. Like, they have Trundle back there. I don't know why they're not just going on this. They see Trundle's all the way back there, but they're baiting it out, I guess. But they have all kinds of ways to get the vision. Yeah, it's just anime things. Yep, that's exactly what it is. There they go.
so now Baron started up. Madog's in the area. Is this the steal?
Madog.
He's got the blast cone. He's got
Madog.
flash.
There's no ward, so they... Oh, he's just gonna give it up? Oh, no. Well, I was getting excited. I was getting excited with you. I could tell. Like, you were getting ready to hype it up. You were getting ready to make that call.
Oh, that's a good Gnar, though. He picks off Kog'Maw. They're going to just chain some CC on him. Victorious is still alive. He's got the flash available. Oh, Renji comes through, though, and finishes him off, finally.
Two.
Again, Kog'Maw for Fizz. That was a trade we saw earlier in top lane. That's a trade we see again in mid lane. That's That's really difficult. That's we've been talking about the Kog'Maw build on and off throughout the game. He needs to stand there and build up his autos. In that fight, he got CC'd into CC into CC. He flashed away and then got killed by Fizz. Like, you don't get that chance.
I think he's building a Rage Blade next too. So we'll see how that we'll see how that goes. When the casters go, oh no, hey, we're just human here.
We just wanted to see the hype steal. We're not. We want,
exactly.
We want the plays. We don't necessarily favor a team here.
We don't want them to make the right plays. We want them to keep playing and like chickens with their head. We want more Frown Fiestas.
Yeah, this is not quite a difference. We're still almost a kill a minute here at 28 kills in 31 minutes, but it wasn't quite like the 2 a minute we had last game.
Vi has boots.
Nar's split pushing in the lane that already has the inhibitor down. The other 4 members grouped up top. He does have teleport available to join them. This is a good strat to help build up your rage bar, but I don't know that there's no end goal. There's no accomplishment that he can... Oh, never mind. Inhibitor's up. I guess they had that time much better than I did. Rumbones is here. Connects on the wallop. Who wins this trade at this point in the game? I think it's Trundle favored.
Yeah.
And I think Rumbones agrees because he's trying to disengage that. He used the Gnar, the ultimate. It's just called Gnar with exclamation points, but I don't want to scream too loud.
Fair enough.
So that's an engage tool down, and he's right back. Right back to it. Even if he gets that Mega Gnar, he can't just teleport in with Mega Gnar. The Zenith Blade connects onto a Banshee Veiled Orianna, and Himana takes over half of his health and damage, but nothing amounts from it. Rembones and Sebas back to just scrapping. With both ultimates down, I think Gnar gets the advantage. But with the ultimates up, it definitely favors Trundle. But with them down, Gnar can push him in pretty well. He's got Mega Gnar, so he's actually in a little bit of trouble. They could just rotate over and pick him off now. But here's the 1-3-1 setup. Renji in the top lane. Headed up there with the Fizz. He's got the Lich Bane as well, so he can start to pop that. And we see it gets them access to the mid tower, so they at least get something off of it. The Shark comes through, Fargo gets knocked up. Renji's going to go in, immediately exhausted. The follow-up from the Zenith Blade. They burn a bunch of ultimates. There's the Shockwave. Ooh, 3-man Shockwave. Himana's taking damage from the tower. Nobody dies. Actually, Renji's going to die. I spoke too soon. Madog... Oh, Zinthros is going to pick it up with an auto attack.
Scumbag Zinthros. Only Glitterbay is allowed to steal all of her team's kills. Yeah, so I really expected that to go different. I was about to say things like Fizz has Hourglass, so get ready for him to get in there, kill the Kog'Maw, and not die this time. So little like Snow is kind of getting at what I was about to say. Just get in there and just carry her, or just finish her off. Like he has the Hourglass to jump in there, do the rest of the damage, and then just escape. Playful Trickster on out of there, but I guess he got scared in there.
Yep. And now Gnar v Trundle version 7. Going slightly in favor of Gnar, but the rest of the team here to back up Trundle as the push comes in mid. The ARAM phase has begun. Madog's actually caught up a little bit. He gets Nard into the wall. Himana's in on the opposite side of the fight. Big shockwave on 3 people. Chunks of Eggplant out. Oh, he's actually... Victorious picks up 1 kill on Leona. I thought that was Eggplant going down, but he's still alive. Assault and Battery comes through, locking up scrambles. He's dead under the tower. Double kill for Victorious. Not able to connect with the Bio-Arcane Barrage, but they do pick up the inner turret in mid lane. That inhibitor's back up in bot, so that's not going anywhere. The dragon has spawned. It's an ocean dragon because we're just under 35 minutes. So they're going to peel off and grab that. I don't know exactly what the value of an ocean dragon at 35 minutes is, but at least they're getting something else off of it.
Well, and if nothing else, like, you gain control of vision, and now you're forcing that Elder Drake to come up again. Mm-hmm. And when you have a Kog'Maw who is starting to come online finally after 35 minutes, I feel like you'd be okay with taking that fight with the Orianna, being able to shockwave some people around in there. So we'll see around that Elder Drake when, or I guess Baron's up even before that, so we'll see what happens.
But just night and day difference in that fight. Kog'Maw able to stand in the back and was able to just get those autos off, and we saw the damage actually come through, rather than the last couple of fights where we've seen him just get CC chain and die.
Well, yeah, and that CC, did we see any CC go on to that Kog'Maw? Because Leona hit up Lulu, right? And then we saw the Gnar throw Madog back into the wall. Like, we didn't really see anyone get close to CCing and locking down that Kog'Maw.
What do you think the Glacial Shroud on Kog'Maw is for?
What? I mean, the cooldown reduction? What?
How do you feel about Iceborne Gauntlet on Cog? Rumbones is just taking this inhibitor by himself, by the way. He just walked up there. Scrambles and Haman are delaying some backs. He's got no minion support, so that's going to take him about 7 years to get. Randuin's his use. He's actually slowing up the tank fight here. This little corridor is pretty brutal. Madog is going to go down on the backside of the fight. He'll go down the other way. This is pretty messy. Both teams trying to play around their 80 carries. Rembones is doesn't quite get away with the leap. He's going to go down. So 2 for 1 in favor of Novastar. Now they're going to get that free push on mid. We saw Madog get a little bit ahead. That was kind of what the chat was talking about pregame. The Vi with this composition didn't make a whole lot of sense, and we saw that trying to 1v4 in the back of the fight. But Fargo still has Shockwave available, and Shockwave on a siege is pretty good as a positioning deterrent.
Yeah.
But there's the inhibitor tower going down. Inhibitor in mid going to go as well. Eggplant chunked out. Flash, rocket jump away. And now 1 inhibitor in favor of each team. Pigz going down onto Baron. Is this the showdown we've been waiting for?
I mean, that Kog'Maw is just spitting everywhere and doing so much, so... Man, all these objectives. But, Kog'Maw? Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'd be scared. I'd be scared.
Is Trundle a little bit caught out here? They don't seem eager to follow up on that. They saw what happened last time. But yeah, vision control here. They put 3 wards in the same bush, and all 3 of them are going to go down to Lulu.
Good.
Oh, there's a 4th one. Does Lulu go and get that? Oh, there's actually 2 pink wards in that bush. There's another one. The wards are multiplying. The solar flare right on top of them. They're going to engage on it. That's a huge shark, and it's going to pick up Zinthros right at the start. Victorious is down as well. The Kog'Maw is gone. Fargo's under fire. Return kill for Fargo as he threw the ball out with the shockwave.
Good Zinth blade.
But the double Zanya's... the Gnar actually misses. Renji's going to pick up the kill, though. And now the 4-man... The 3-man... I can't count. How many of them are there? There's 3 right here, plus a 4th one, but he's not with them. So the 3-man squad of Pigz trying to push in mid, and then realizing that the minions are not there, so we're going to go Baron, I guess, with our 3 tanks.
He wasn't mocking the words.
I wasn't mocking him. I love when wards just go into the exact same spot, though. It's the team synergy that really shows through in those situations. So yeah, this Baron isn't going to go down particularly quickly. There's no Earth Dragons, and there's no percent health or even really AD damage here. So I like the choice
that
to...
Trist. They need that Trist.
I like the choice to not
If they back
do
off.
Baron. Yeah.
We didn't go. Uh-oh. Scrambles! Run!
So now Zinthros is going to be the beneficiary of 3 more wards in the pit.
Yep. Oh, he bought... What?
The Zenith Blade connects. Zinthros is caught a little bit. He uses the Wild Growth on himself.
Righteous Glory Kog'Maw. New meta.
Oh. Hey, my support wouldn't buy Righteous Glory for me. I'm gonna buy it. He still has a Doran's Blade too. This is the second to last item. This isn't the last item. This is... And it doesn't help you run away. It only helps you run toward people. I don't know that you want to run further into the Gnar and Fizz.
I think it's more so like Kaguma wants to be able to kite and run away.
My wife is cracking up at this, so...
The righteous glory, good. I feel like as a professional, I'm not going to crack up at this. I don't know. Honestly, I like the idea of I need to be able to position like better, but at the same time, I would rather have my AD carry with a QSS.
Yeah, I don't know that that's the item that you need to help you reposition. That only helps you run toward things. If you get a Talisman of Ascension, though, you can run toward and away from things. Madog is caught here. Going to take the Shark as well. Almost flashes into his team with the Shark. That luckily didn't quite make it all the way, but does go down for his trouble. And now Pigz going to start up the Elder Dragon. They have 3 dragons to their name, so it's going to be a pretty big buff.
They got to go fast. Well, and Wild Growth was not used on that Vi, which is, I mean, probably a good idea because she would have lived for maybe just a little bit longer, but it wouldn't have been good enough.
Ooh, and now they're going to roll that straight over into the Baron. Vi's still dead. How are you feeling about a Bioarcane Barrage Steel? Maybe a Glitter Lance getting in there?
I mean, if someone can come in here and... Oh, man, what was that? You played Janna.
This is Envision, down to 2,000.
Ult, get it! Ult! Too late.
Shockwave not quite enough. Baron goes over to Pigz might fight, and the fight breaks out. Nictorious is on the front line as
no mana.
As Kog'Maw. Yeah, Fizz doesn't have any mana. Fargo's just Zanya's on the other side of the fight.
This distracted camera has no idea what to do.
Yeah, I need the zoom out tool that Riot has for some of these fights.
We need that skin spotlight.
I mean, I can throw it over to the team fight UI, but that doesn't actually give you a whole lot more vision.
No.
Maybe I will do that. That was a little bit better. But yeah, the fight going a little bit in favor of Pigz. They have the 2 major buffs. They've got Baron. They've got Elder Dragon. They're pushing down mid. Are they going to be stopped?
Well, I mean, I hope.
What are you feeling, Spare Bear?
I don't know what I'm feeling at this moment. I feel like this is a 43-minute game almost, and we're, I think, finally in. I don't know. I feel like this is it. I feel like this is going to be the push right here because...
Zenith Blade lands right into the Solar Flare. Nictorious is stunned up. He's going to go down before dealing a single auto attack of damage during that fight. Zinthros gets a bunch of shields on him as he runs away under tower. Renji's forced to Zanya's and then fly away as Fizz. Fly is metaphorical. He's not a flying fish. Trundle's stunned up. He's actually not taking damage yet, but Madog is on the back of that fight. And Shockwave going to connect on 2. They're fighting for their lives here. Our Novastar, but doesn't look like it's quite enough. All 5 members still alive. Jump in. That seems a little ill-advised, but only the Guardian Angel going to be taken. Fargo's still alive. Burning down due to the Elder buffs. Going to pick up 1 return kill.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough, but I mean, never giving up. I like that.
Yeah, Nexus turret's under fire, Nexus under fire, and Game 2 is going to go over to Pigz Might Fight. We'll head to Game 3.
Game 3. Man. Yep, victory. That's what I see. I don't know, like...
So...
Both teams, I feel like both teams had their opportunity to win the game at some point in the game. At one point in the game, one team, like either team, should have won it earlier on. I feel like.
No, there's no disagreement there. That's both teams had that wide open, but Pigz eventually able to gather enough buffs that they were able to blast through.
Bless the anime things. No, so I pulled up the damage really quick, and yeah, that Kog'Maw, not even cracking the 25,000 damage mark. So that's a little sad. And again, it really came down to that Kog'Maw was really tunneled in on that on hit. I got to sit here and I'm a turret, you know. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna put my tracks down and then just spit everywhere. But that just wasn't gonna happen with that CC that was there. So maybe building something with a little bit more burst, a little bit more speed attached to it. And by speed, I don't mean Righteous Glory. But oh, who's the MVP? Oh, we didn't do that for the first game either. Who would you say the MVP for this game would have been?
Oh my god. Let's think back. What happened this game? MVP for game 1 was Zintheros. I'll throw that one out there. The Janna in game number 1.
I would agree. Especially at the end. Zintheros made a couple of like really just clutch plays to secure the win. So I would agree on that one.
This one, I'll go. I'll say Eggplant. I'll go with that. He managed not to suicide during the game. Only died twice. I don't know if you'll agree, but
Godwin, the Janna did a really good job in the last fight of making sure that she kept the Jarvan alive more than just by pressing E. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, the monsoons were actually really good, and the tornadoes kept preventing key engage tools from coming through. It actually was a pretty good Janna performance.
So you said Eggplant for the MVP of this game?
I'm feeling Eggplant. I don't know if... feel free to disagree. I don't know that there was a single like super standout for Pigz. They played a pretty decent team game overall.
I would agree. Just kind of looking at the stats of damage and gold, there was definitely the most value was, I would say, in... I don't know. I would say the most value would go to Eggplant. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? Support MVP or Riot? That's just because you guys are all support mates in the chat. You have no power healer.
Yeah, I don't know. The Vi pick that the chat was questioning in particular. The damage on that Vi pick doesn't overwhelm me. We'll put it that way. The 6,000 damage coming through compared to a 10k from the Leona support feels like maybe not the right pick for that composition, especially retroactively.
I would agree that Vi pick did not persuade me to go start playing Vi in solo queue or anything like that, just because I've seen the most success with Vi's when she pops off and goes Trinity Force, and then it's just almost completely one rotationing people when she catches them out with her ultimate.
Yeah, and even then it's more you pick people. You're not necessarily there to engage the team fight unless your whole team is running forward, which we saw a lot. Madog would engage with the Assault and Battery, go into the enemy team, die, and then the other 4 members would be left trying to kite back. Which they did well during some team fights. Definitely some decent team fighting from Novastar, but it felt like 2 half compositions almost, with the Orianna Vi on one side and the Trundle Lulu Kog'Maw on the other.
They're all calling for Silver Scrapes. Silver Scrapes is only for Game 5. If we keep giving you guys Silver Scrapes when it's not Game 5, then you guys are going to be spoiled brats. No, I would agree. And I really was somewhat serious about the Karma mid lane, because if that Kog'Maw was wanting to go the sit here and auto attack damage route, then Karma with her shields would have been really good for that Kog'Maw. So the Tribunal here, I know, I miss the Tribunal. I miss getting that free IP, and plus you got to read some of the most hilarious things written in League.
Yeah, some of it was hilarious, and then other times you're just like, man, humans suck. Like,
oh yeah, that's true too.
I can't believe people like that exist in League, but...
Contemplating banning Karma.
Yeah, they're giving away their stats in the chat. I don't know about this.
What? No. Yes. Don't touch him with... Was it 10-foot pole? I guess Glitterbay would know. She likes Christmas and Christmas things. But, alright, so kind of the classic in between game chat. We're looking at... Let's look at Pigz. Pigz, I feel like they faltered a little bit, but played a little bit to their team comp. I don't know, I think they played it closer to the team comp the second game better than the first game, and so I think that they did pretty good there.
Yeah. I mean, we saw both teams pick big team fighting compositions, and then
Yeah.
they did try to team fight. I liked the way that they set up some of the split push, honestly, especially with the Gnar, with the Fizz in the other lane. They actually did a pretty decent job trying to set up at least something else rather than just ramming 5 dudes into each other.
I'm gonna look back at the vision stats again.
Oh, I've got him up on the screen.
Oh my goodness. This Leona 60. She bought almost as many wards as like half the other team did. Or placed them.
At 60 with 13 wards destroyed, too.
Yeah. All right, and then looking at Novastar, what do you think Novastar? No, yeah, because sure they had a lot of vision, but it still took them 40 some minutes to finish the game. Like if they were ending the game at 30 minutes because of the vision, because they were out rotating, I would say hands down Leona. But yeah, they place a lot of wards, but they're not using that vision as much, especially when they just play back and forth around like the Baron. It's the team's fault, yeah. But if Leona were to, I don't know, do more shot calling, I guess, or say here's where the words, then they could be able to do that. It's not just Anna's fault that she did the most damage on her team. So Pro is greater than Novastar. Oh, that's fighting words. Those fighting words in this area. But no, Novastar. I feel like I liked the idea of the team comp. Maybe not the Vi, but I liked the idea of the Lulu Cog. And I think if Cog would have built a little bit differently, I feel like some of those fights could have swung heavily into the favor of Novastar with the burst that Kog'Maw can really bring out mid to late game.
Yeah, and it's very similar to the team comp that they played the last game, and it seems to be the style of team comp that they like to run, where they're going to play around Victorious. Fargo seems, honestly, even as a sub, like he fits in pretty well into their general overall style, where, yeah, they're going to play mostly around their bot lane, but the contributing damage from another source really helps make sure that it's not just, hey, we killed the Kog'Maw, that's the end of the team fight. At least you have to respect the damage coming out from Fargo. And even from Sabus, the Trundle has done pretty well for them both games.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I probably need to get out of this screen.
Do I get any emotes? Because I'm a mod. I'll just throw these in there. Because Becca's the best. Towards our tank. My emote's better. That's all I gotta say.
I still need to figure out an emote for my channel.
Oh, let's see here. All right, here we go. We're getting into the next game. Game 3. I'm excited because, except for I don't know if you guys listening can tell, but this is not the normal to Spirit Bear voice. This is not the normal to Spirit Bear hype. I am. All the slots are filled. Yeah, there we go. My voice is shot. Actually, I might go get some tea here in a little bit. But, alright. Tied 2 games apiece. I feel like, I don't know. I was going to say Pigz has the momentum, but I just don't see it happening. Like, I just don't see them, like, feeding off of game 2, moving into game 3. I feel like that was such a long game that it's still anyone's game based off pick bans.
Yeah, I definitely want to see where the team compositions go.
I'm ready for Fargo to pull up the Zillion mid.
I'm ready to see something new. We'll have to see. I'm
Yeah,
always
well,
interested to see what the teams feel like the issue was, if they change up pick and bans, if Novastar feels like this Tristana has actually been a problem for them and they opt to ban that, or if they're going to stick with the like 5 top lane bans that they've been throwing it at Renji.
I feel like that the Tristana ban is not as needed. Like, sure, just like he's doing great on Tristana. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's why I feel like he deserved the MVP last game. But I don't think it's a matter of like I'm super scared of this Tristana. We need to get rid of it. Like, I feel like they've done a good job of like at least handling the Tristana early on. So I think it's been pretty good.